My name is Ellen Bushman Olson, and I live here on the Grand Portage Ojibwa Reservation. I work for the National Park Service in the summertime to demonstrate the designs of the Chippewa and also to show the various designs and colors as we see them. My work involves making things which go well with clothing and also things of general appeal. People come here to buy our things for gifts and also to get some idea of what the Indian people are like. I developed a book of designs which I work from and which gives an idea of what my work involves. The people here come to see how the designs are put on articles like this and how they are developed from paper cuttings and then applied to a design like this. This is the paper design and the medallion which is worn with articles of clothing. I have other designs here that I have developed. Here is another one which is approximate to this medallion here. If you will see, the center is not involved here, but rather I made it small to accommodate the little circle which makes up the medallion. I have other designs here that are put on costumes. This is one that was developed for a pouch. I have to go faster than that. And this one was developed to put on a breechcloth. The beads will go in here, and there'll be another small pattern going in here. But as you can see, the green brings out the patterns so that I can work from there and put in the different beads as I think of them. Here's another design that was developed for a breechcloth. That one involves a great many colors. And here's one I developed to put on the back of a jacket. These two go up on the top of this particular design. As you can see, I use the different flower designs quite a bit. Here are more flower designs I use. This is a leaf design, as you can see, and this is what I call my rose design, and this is my lily design. The other type of work I do, I call a freehand design. I pick up the beads and sew them on the leather and put it on. This kind of design goes on pouches or mittens or on a pair of moccasins. You can see the little aster flower design is basically the same. It goes on pouches. This design was developed for a vest that I made to demonstrate work done on a velvet vest. The colors I used are done in the colors shown here. And this particular pattern took me 3 months to make on the front of the vest. This is the design I developed for the black velveteen vest I'm working on. As you can see, the colors here are the flowers I drew out freehand. This is the top of the vest. And the other little pattern comes down here. I had decided that it would look better down here on paper. But as I worked out the design, I shifted the pattern a little bit. This kind of design everybody likes, and particularly Chippewa people, I think, love to see colorful beadwork on black velveteen. Now, I took my patterns from a paper cutout and fastened them on like this, you see, and got the outline of a flower and took the paper off and then reinforced the back to stabilize the beads. It took me 3 months to do this particular vest. For that reason, I couldn't finish the back. That will come later. But as you see, the stem designs and the part that is supposed to be green is worked out in white to bring out the colors more. If I were to work in dark green, it wouldn't show up as much. So that is the reason for working in white. This costume will be worn by an Indian fellow with the traditional Chippewa dress. How much they may be losing money here. I think they should all come up here and buy a bunch of stuff from us, yeah.
I had breakfast this morning. Once I had breakfast.
We had a cup of coffee, that's it. It's almost time to go home too. It's 11:30. She finished just in time, that lady.
I didn't take anything off for supper, so.
You didn't, huh?
No. So I'll have to cook for my little girl. Otherwise she won't do work. Well, she works 5:45 for her to work on that leather when she does.
I'm Sophie Crawford. I work here and do beadwork for Park Service. And I used to do quite a bit of it years ago, but not too much now because I'm 70 and I can't do too much work. I used to do a lot of loom work years ago. Now all I do is make necklaces by hand, just by hand and thread. From my hand I work to do this kind now. I used to do quite a bit of handwork in doing beadwork by sewing on leather and stuff like that, but I don't anymore. I'm a little bit too hard on my fingers, the leather is, to work. I'm making a choker here and doing my beadwork, and I have to count how many beads that will complete this here. I do a lot of counting every day It's a good thing I went to school, so I learned how to count maybe. And we put it in through there. Yeah, see, that's the way we make beadwork. And when it's completed, I just started this, completed, that's 2 different colors. And you gotta keep numbers, how many you put in here, each article. Here is the necklace I just finished this morning. I made this here, started this 2 days ago, and too many different things I had to do. It took me 2 days. Otherwise, it takes me 4 hours to make one necklace. Like this, it takes me 4 hours. But when I'm busy with other things, or company I have comes here and buys my stuff, it takes me more than 4 hours. It takes me 2 days sometimes 3 days. And do this mostly now for pastime. I retire, I'm 70 years old. So that's my extra money. And I do some necklaces here, making daisy chains, longer ones. They don't take too long to make like those other chokers, but the colors you put in there is what the people like, and try to match everything. It's not only this, and this is a keychain. We have that for keys. That's it. My work is my work here. And I never done. I started making beadwork when I was married. One woman asked me what I do for pastime. I didn't know what to do for pastime except sewing, making clothes for my children, and then I started making quilts and different things. So this one woman asked me if I could make beadwork. Well, I didn't know first thing about beadwork. So I had my grandmother showed me different things and to make loom work, which I started loom work. It didn't turn out so good, but as I went along, I done pretty well. And I made bracelets and headbands, and then all different things. Now that I don't do loom work anymore, but I guess I could do it because I have no loom now, because I quit beadwork for a while I was working and doing different things after my children grew up. I worked in town and done varieties of jobs. And now I retired and pick it up over again to keep my mind straight. Otherwise, probably, it would go, I don't know, we just got to do something to keep busy. I had arthritis in this finger, so the doctor told me I had to keep my fingers moving. Well, the only way I could think of is beadwork, so my fingers wouldn't hurt so bad. Now they're okay. That's one thing I can say. I'm okay because they don't swell up so much no more, and I enjoy doing this. I really do enjoy. Only thing I wish my eyes I could keep my eyes the way they are now. I take off my glasses once in a while to rest my eyes, and I can see the distance quite well. The only thing I can't thread a needle without my glasses, so I wear glasses then. I'm 70 years old, and I'm proud of it.
Oh, she's gonna go home and her beadwork? Yeah. She shouldn't have her work. She's learning this at Portage. Oh. Marianne, I think she just had the board. She was in the sun and night hand. And then and her, she left. She has too much beer. She can't get better care of her. She was like the other girls. Get ready to bush. Young girl like that. Did you? The big angel? Yeah. Did you see him wearing it? Yeah, I saw him. He was dessert. Really? He checked out one. Yeah, when he kept on going into the restaurant and asking Hazel for a steak, you know, they were already closed. He came like that all day long. Yeah. He came in and sat down. I ordered a hamburger for him and fries and put the order in the kitchen, and then he just disappeared and never came back. She told me that was a shelf spread. Oh, yeah? What was he from? I think it's a fun. I sold one. You want to remember the feathers? Look how much I sold it for. I only paid $2. Excuse me, Dorothy. $20 for the feather thing, you know? What did I buy? And this was your mother told me to charge the same thing. I'm not remember yeah, I have. So we do that to some people. Charge them very well. Oh, for goodness sakes. I couldn't dance in the day. You really look cute, huh? Now, buddy, come on. Well, what do you want to buy? I'm going to buy this. Okay. Do you? But I don't have any money. I don't have any money. But I check what you like. No, I got my check. I have my check. Oh, God. I do have my carry. Michelle to come down to the hotel and I'll give her money for that.
Yeah, Michelle.
Then she'll come down.
Well, see, this is Michelle.
Give her her name.
Kim.
Can I? I'm going to take this up. Probably show you.
Is that your cousin? I don't.
You don't go down if you make one cry.
I'm not going to.
Well, the ladies would like to love you come out here for that. No, you're going around.
Okay.
There's a doll like this there.
Alrighty.
I got the brush on, I'll be found reindeer, but Miss Carol. It's just small kids. Really pretty lady. I like to see her at the end of the year, you know, stuff like that. Maybe she'll have traveled many miles.
I hope we get home once in a while.
You have a family?
No, I don't have a I don't have a family that I'm responsible for.
Say, dogs aren't allowed in here. If the ranger frees you, tell you to take your dog right out. You're not allowed in the building at all.
Okay, thank you very much.
This is nail fun.
take the roots and grate it into warm water, sweeten it, and you can use this for any kind of stomach ailment, cramps or anything, pain. It goes in place of any kind of ailment.
And what is it?
Sweet flag.
Where do you find it?
You find it in kind of a marshy place, round with a cat's tail. So,
How do you know if you really got sweet flag?
well, you can tell by the taste of it. Tastes spicy.
Stuff like that. Okay? Okay.
This is number 6. You gather it in August. You gather all herbs in August with upgrowing. The roots you can gather anytime. But this is supposed to have a purple. Now it's kind of gone to seed. And so the purple is gone. You just take this and break it up, put it in water, boil it up a little bit, and you can use it for flu or any kind of ailment when you got flu or ache in bones or anything.
Okay. What is this?
Oh, this is a mullein, and you can steep it or smoke it. Inhale it, and it'll be good for sinus. Now, all of this that you see here is sweet fern, and it's good for fever, or steep it and use it for diarrhea. Or a lot of people right now use it for tea, just for drinking for tea. Not too strong, just sweet. It's good, real good for fever.
Okay.
Now this is milkweed. It's a good thing when it grows up in about June for greens. And you can use the leaves or you can use the stem. When the stem is with the milk in it, you can take the leaves off.
What the Indian people are like. I developed a book of designs which I work from and which gives an idea of what my work involves. The people here come to see how the designs are put on articles like this and how they are developed from paper cuttings and then applied to a design like this. This is the paper design and the medallion which is worn with articles of clothing. I have other designs here that I have developed. Here is another one which is approximate to this medallion here. If you will see, the center is not involved here, but rather I made it small to accommodate the little circle which makes. My name is Ellen Bushman Olson, and I live here on the Grand Portage Chippewa Reservation. I work for the National Park Service in the summertime to demonstrate the designs of the Chippewa and also to show the various designs and colors as we see them. My work involves making things which go well with clothing, and also things of general appeal. People come here to buy our things for gifts and also to get some idea of what's up the medallion. I have other designs here that are put on costumes. This is one that was developed for a pouch. Have to go faster than that. And this one was developed to put on a breechcloth. The beads will go in here, and there'll be another small pattern going in here. But as you can see, the green brings out the patterns so that I can work from there and put in the different beads as I think of them. Here's another design that was developed for a breechcloth. That one involves a great many colors, or on a pair of moccasins. You can see the little aster flower design is basically the same. It goes on pouches. This design was developed for a vest that I made to demonstrate work done on a velvet vest. The colors I used are done in the colors shown here. And this particular pattern took me 3 months to make on the front of the vest. And here's one I developed to put on the back of a jacket. These two go up on the top of this particular design. As you can see, I use the different flower designs quite a bit. Here are more flower designs I use. This is a leaf design, as you can see, and this is what I call my rose design, and this is my lily design. The other type of work I do, I call a freehand design. I pick up the beads and sew them on the leather and put it on. This kind of design goes on pouches or mittens.